We got Patriots Command Center on line one. They want to talk to Geoff. They want to know if he's still Fugazi land. I personally think the Bills are going to stuff the box and make Bo Nix beat them. I'm getting tingly just thinking about that.
Is it nerves or yips?
I'm going to fade the Bears again probably this weekend because why not?
Like, what has to happen for that to happen?
They did not profile like a 10-win team. They profile like 7-win type teams. I can't wait to let 18 and 22-year-olds coach me.
I made a call, to Vegas. I said, look, we actually need to
Welcome into Bear Bets, our NFL show, Divisional Round preview. 4 games this weekend, one of the best football weekends of the NFL season. Geoff Schwartz here, Sammy P, Chris, the Bear Fallica. And Sam, I'll start with this very quickly. Are we fading the same 2 teams every game until they finally lose? Are we going to do that and keep fading the Patriots and Bears?
Hold on. We got Patriots Command Center on line one. They want to talk to Geoff. They want to know if he's still Fugazi land.
Geez.
They're still commenting on that video,
You can comment if you would like on social media. I have removed myself from the video. It had, last I checked, 1,500 comments, Bear. It's like called the Patriots Fugazi. And it was 9-3. It was 9-3. In the fourth quarter against the Chargers, you can't block anybody.
It was a terrible football game. Monday night was a terrible football game. And that's what we get with an AFC playoff.
How'd you consume that game with your Steelers fan wife?
She went to bed as soon as the fumble, the fumble to make it 17-6. That was she.
I might have been sleeping too.
She kind of went upstairs and she's like, "Okay, we're done."
I saw the best tweet of the weekend was like, "I hate to break it to anyone, but the Steelers are getting blown out and the score is 7-6."
Yeah, and it was. But yeah, Sunday night. Like the game was there for the Chargers to win. It was there.
They just couldn't block.
And you couldn't block. And now Justin Herbert's got 3 playoff losses, and all have been really
ugly,
embarrassing, ugly type fashion. So we'll see maybe coaching changes with the new offensive coordinator next year how they handle. But now you're looking at the Patriots going against another offensively challenged team. I mean, C.J. Stroud was terrible on Monday night, but their defense scored a couple times. So. It seems like, again, we joke, but it seems like the Texans are going to be the sharp side in this game.
Right, which wasn't good last week. Now, the Sharps don't usually go winless on NFL playoff weekends, but we talked to a wise guy this morning. I had it on speakerphone, and he's like, I kind of like the Texans. And he said, but I don't love that Nico Collins doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And I got the alert before we started taping the show. Nico Collins downgraded to unlikely to play with a concussion. So now you got to take that team going on the road. It's going to be, whether or not he's out there, they're still going to have a hard time moving the ball. But you take away their wide receiver 1, it's not a great start.
The first half under is really appealing to me. I think it's 19.5, 20.5, if you want a little bit of juice here.
So
because
20, if you can get 20.5 and have it be 3 touchdowns to beat you.
Yeah, it was like that was like minus 135-ish. So I'm hoping that maybe it adjusts at some point. But you think about, look, you mentioned the Chargers offense line being bad. True. The Patriots O-line played terrible too. They got May is second in the NFL in most pressures faced this season. Then you have a Houston defensive line. That's what their team is. Their team is the pass rush. It's their defensive line. I think both teams struggle to move the ball mightily in this game because the Patriots defense is not great, but the Houston offense, to your point, sloppy at times. Don't love their offensive line. Woody Marks gets hurt in every single game. He never makes it through any single game. So, you have to rely on Nick Chubb to be your backup there. No Collins there. Now, can you equate maybe nerves with the way Stroud played? Because some of those fumbles,
I was going to say it was nerves or yips.
I don't know. The one was bad where he dropped the snap, picked it up, scrambled around, and then fumbled again. You're like, dude, just throw the ball away. Do something. Just don't do that. Right? There's only way Pittsburgh was going to win that game was doing those things. Was the Steelers voodoo. So. I lean Houston in this game too, but I can't pick a side to save my life. But I think Houston can grind this one out. I am concerned about Drake May facing this defense, which he wasn't great against the Chargers. I'm concerned about the Patriots offensive line. It does feel like this game is due for something unforeseen. Like there's going to be a strip sack, a turnover, a ball batted up in the air, a missed field goal, or Fairbairn wins the MVP of the Super Bowl.
I don't think that will happen. There were some people I respect, too, taking a look at the path for the Texans. So if they win this game, then you take on either Buffalo or Denver, a game you could win. There were some people putting some bets on Will Anderson for MVP of the Super Bowl. That's
Okay.
like 125 to 1, but that's the path. If you're going to win on the Houston side, you're going to win with defense. So that's something to think about.
Right. And that's a great point. And I was going to say, even if you're looking for, I'm probably going to stay away from the side in this game. Maybe you look at, will there be an on-offensive touchdown scored in this game? Because with the propensity of Houston turning the ball over and the Houston great defense, maybe you do get a non-offensive score in this game.
Do you see that tweet right there, Jeff, on the screen?
The five most players to win the Super Bowl MVP in the last 24 hours. Fairbairn, the Texans kicker.
Now, what has to happen for that to happen?
We talked about this in the green room.
Like, exactly. That's why I'm bringing it up.
So they have to win the Super
Like
Bowl.
15-12.
Yes, 15-12. He needs to have 3 50-yarders.
And a game-winning field goal?
And there has to be like nothing else by any player in that game that is worth of note.
Yeah,
like,
because 6-3 is going to go to a defensive player.
Probably correct.
9-6 probably goes to a defensive player because there's going to
Correct.
be a lot of sacks and stuff like that. It has to be 12 or 15 to the winning team, all on field goals, and you got to hit a game winner. It's never happened before.
But gotta hit it when you can. Gotta hit it when you can.
Did I ever tell you guys the James White story, by the way?
No.
We had James White at 125 to 1.
No.
This is the Falcons.
And he
Patriots.
should have won it.
He had 3 touchdowns, including the game winner
And he
In
should've-
overtime.
Yep.
and the game tying 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
And they're like, and the MVP is Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady.
You're like,
What?
I mean, same with
What are we
Mahomes. Like
watching?
Mahomes won 3
Oh, yeah.
MVPs, and
Yep.
like Damian Williams should have won the first one, like very clearly. They just default to the quarterback, and so this same situation, like if Darnold's in the Super Bowl, or it's going to be the quarterback. I can't imagine being a kicker in this situation. So
it won't. be the-
all right, we'll stay in the AFC here with the Bills and the Broncos.
There.
The Broncos 1.5 point favorites at home against Buffalo currently. I think that number is going to move a little bit, but it won't matter enough, I think, for the overall idea of the game. This is a Bills podcast, everyone. Sammy is on the Bills.
Come on.
Big Super Bowls ticket. Here you go, Sammy.
I heard a national radio host on Monday say, it's a nice path for Josh Allen. I'm like,
Really? Yeah,
no kidding.
Way to finally catch on to the party.
Have we not been talking about this since October? I get Josh Allen. You can have Bo Nix and Drake May and CJ Stroud. Go ahead. You can have those 3. I'll stick with my guy.
Bo Nix 1-8. First teams with a winning record that score more than 17 points in a game he has played. 2 seasons, but 1-8 for a team that scores 17 points.
It's just ugly football. And like, I don't even know how, their defense is fine, but is their defense just fine because they've been playing ass quarterbacks and ass offenses?
We'll find out this weekend, won't we? We'll find out.
Is he healthy? Is he,
Josh?
I know nobody at this time of the year.
Yeah, well, he had like 4 injuries the other day. Yeah.
That's what worries me for you, Sammy. Like he may just get the, beat out of him.
At the same time, though,
but the Bills' offense line is good, though. Like, this is a situation where you have like good versus good.
they're going to run the ball. They're going to try to run
Yeah.
the ball, and then if they
try to-
can, then they're going to win because then you can't stop Josh. It does sound like Ed Oliver is trending in the right direction. Now, that, of course, could change,
Yeah.
but they're hopeful that he can play. I keep hearing this, too. Oh, they only have 3 wide receivers.
How many do you need?
They have 3 tight ends and James Cook.
Yeah.
Plus, you got, Coleman, you got Cooks, and, of course, their best receiver is Shakir.
Coleman stinks.
I'm not.
Put him last week,
Gabe
though.
Davis is hurt. I don't give a damn. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the offense did get better when he entered the lineup, but the point you're saying is like we saw this with the Chiefs last couple of years. Oh, wide receivers, who cares, right? Like you have the quarterback. You have the quarterback, and you have the run game, and you have the offensive line. And last week, to me, the most important win of the week was going to be Buffalo. If they won that game, a game I think they had to win against Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville, that you would feel very confident about the direction that they're going right now. Their defense, for as bad as it has looked at times this year, feels to be playing a little bit better as they enter the postseason. Ed Oliver coming back would be great for the run defense if he does end up playing this weekend. I do think the Broncos will run the ball a lot in this game. I think they're going to try to protect Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix over 22.5 rushing yards in this game. He's 5th most attempts of any quarterback this year, and the Bills allow the most yards to quarterbacks per rush attempt. I think Nix has to be a big part of the running game for
Would you look in the same way? Would you with the Bills wide receiver situation, maybe not getting a ton of separation from that secondary. Would you maybe look at Allen rush yards over as well?
Good.
Yeah, so his rush attempts is higher than usual. It's 8.5, and that's a
So
big
people
number
are
for
saying,
him.
yeah.
But you think about, if you think they're going to win, kneel downs and tush push. Like, those are where he gets a lot of those carries, obviously. He did get beat up last week, but this is what they have to do in the playoffs because it's such an important weapon for Buffalo, right? It's such an important weapon for them. I get Josh Allen or Bo Nix. I mean, like, I know that's very simple-minded, but that's the choice you to choose here.
But usually when you get to this conference
You're
weekend, Bear,
picking quarterbacks or head coaches.
well, I mean, like when we were in the late 2010s, it was like, oh, there's Aaron Rodgers and Matt Ryan and Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger or Peyton Manning. If you go back 5 years earlier, like you usually look up in the Final Four and you have three really good quarterbacks. So I personally think the Bills are going to stuff the box and make Bo Nix beat them. And I'm getting tingly just thinking about that.
I
Off the top of my head, the AFC quarterbacks have been like Brady, Burrow, Mahomes, Peyton Manning, like for like
Forever.
20, for like 20
Forever.
years.
Yeah,
In
last
the
year
Super
it was Hurts, Daniels, Mahomes, Allen.
Yeah.
and this certainly isn't that, but I can remember however many years ago it was, like the people, like the Chargers had a ton of steam, like going, and they were playing New England, and one of my guys was just like, wait, people are picking Anthony Lynn and the Chargers to go to New England and beat Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Right, sure. And
It's a good point.
Yeah,
I mean, but
so-
Sean Payne here is a good coach. I mean,
Yes,
For sure,
Totally,
he is.
yeah, no, there's no
it's not
like
that
coaching
situation.
mismatch.
No, there really isn't this weekend
No.
at all, to be honest with you. There's no coaching
But
mismatch.
one more point on
Yeah.
Buffalo. Like, because they play in Buffalo, they can play anywhere.
Right.
And I know that people care a lot about home field, but when you get the Bills plus 1.5, like I'd rather make that bet than lay 5 with them at home against Denver. So I think the home field's a little overblown.
It probably is a little bit, except in this game where it's going to be the coldest game ever, and the Rams are just going to die. They're going to wither away in the cold here and never be able to play football again. The Rams go on the road to the Bears. They're favored by 3.5 here, total 48.5. You hear it's going to be cold this weekend, Sammy? in
It's
Chicago?
going to feel like 2 degrees, what I'm being told.
You
My
should go.
guys are still going to be out tailgating, though. They're going to be there Sunday. They're going to be out there at 10 in the morning, and they're going to be ripping vodka vertically from the bottle. Just
Perfect.
Getting after
Are there
it.
going to
Yeah.
be like
Enjoy.
Williams Night King suits? Are they made that yet?
7 times now they've been down with 2 minutes or less, and they've won the game. 7.
I'm going to fade the Bears again probably this weekend because why not? I mean, I know here's what's going to happen, guys. Okay, the Rams are going to start fast because they do.
Yep.
They're going to be up 3 touchdowns. I'm going to live bet the Bears on the other side because the Bears are going to make a comeback because the Rams can't hold any leads anytime.
And your second half over.
8 for 8. Bears second half over pre-flop has hit an 8 straight.
So you got you had a matchup of teams. You got the Bears who win in the most improbable fashion, and you got the Rams who lose in most improbable. Well, what do we got in store for us on Sunday? I mean, geez.
Well, you also got some under money too. This total opened at 51.5, and now we are 48.5. Now a lot of that is wind, but also anybody who watched Rams Panthers, how many times did they bring up Stafford's hand in the game?
Yeah,
Because that's an issue. Yeah, his hand got hit. You got the wind, 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts.
Yeah.
We're down to 48.5 now in the total.
So the Rams also in the second half of that Panthers game, they had 3 drives to start the second half. They passed the ball on 12 of the 15 plays of that drive. And it didn't go. They completed 2 of those passes. I think in this game, Sean McVay just leans heavy on the run, especially if it's really windy and cold as it's going to be. You can get a Kyron Williams and Blake Corum combined rushing prop, or like a team, like some books offer that the over rushing for the team. I think that's a great option in this game. I think the Rams will try to run the football. The Bears defense is not good. That's more about the loss last week too, is that we know when the Bears forced 2+ turnovers are 9-0 this season. When they forced less than that, they were 2-6. And they forced 0 turnovers in that game and still won anyways. And the Packers had a lot to do with just play calling and lack of poor play. So, I think the Rams are just clearly better but they have not played like they're clearly the better team in a lot of games this season. That's what worries me about some sort of Bears comeback.
We might get the Rams cheap here.
Bills and Rams, hook them. It's like
I think
2 to 1.
I think we might get the Rams a little cheap here because I think we're going to continue to see some Bears money.
I'm talking money line, by the way. Bills money line,
Yeah.
Rams money line.
Dude.
Decent idea.
What do you think the bartender will be on this weekend? They're going to do a heavy.
I don't know. I never know.
I know, but
What did he do last week?
Jags, right?
Oh, he
Jags.
went Jags. That's
Yeah.
right. He's been on a cooler. You know he's going to come Bears eventually.
Yeah.
That'll be the death blow.
Oh yeah. I can't wait for that text this weekend. It's Saturday night-ish. You're like, guys, guess what it'll be Friday night this week. Guess what the bartender's on. I can't wait to guess it.
You never know. Nobody ever knows.
If he went Rams here, I'd be stunned. I could see him going in their next game, taking the Seahawks.
I was going to say I could see him going
they host
home
the
favorite
Niners here.
Really?
Seahawks favored by 7. Look,
Yeah, I keep hearing from people that I text with, guys,
Yeah.
my buddies who make 9-leggers.
yeah.
They're all like, it's a lot of points.
Oh,
And
I
then
like
the number
Seattle in
one.
this game.
The number one point is that you can't lay that with Darnold. That's the number one comment.
Right, but I think this is a game where he doesn't have to do anything, and they can win this game.
I'm just telling you
No, I
what
know. Yeah,
I'm
no, I know.
hearing.
Look, the Niners defensively, they have done an incredible job this year, but they're down just so many freaking
Oh,
guys. And Seattle's offense has been able to run the ball better lately. They have good weapons. Even in the game they played a couple weeks ago, like Darnold wasn't great, but he still played better than the 13 points they scored. On the other side, Kittle being out, like how many of these injuries can you have and be good on offense? And I think this game is like 24-10, 31-10. I don't think the Niners can score. I give them so much credit for what they've done this season, but this feels like the end of the line for this version of this injured Niners team.
I would agree. It would be Seahawks or pass Romy. It does surprise me that the number is touched 7. I would not have thought that the Niners would be the side here with all those injuries.
We got a couple guys that give us cheap teasers, right? So what about Seattle to -1 and
Bills,
Buffalo
Bills
to
to 7.5.
plus 7.5?
Wait. What number you get in your teasers?
-120.
6, 120 or so.
Ooh,
Yeah, I saw the other day ESPN bet or
minus
whatever.
135.
No, it was
No,
minus
50, right?
-170.
Wait for a 6-point
That's a
teaser.
2-teamer, yeah.
Ski mask and a gun. That's
Yeah.
what that is.
Oh, it's criminal. I mean, that's a different combo for a different day.
170 for a 16 teaser.
They used to be -110. Vinny Maiulo from South Point. So I was like, yeah, we used to get slaughtered. And they
Yeah.
finally moved him to 15, and then they finally moved him to 20. And they were like, I don't know if, and then it gets regulated and legalized, and these books are like 50, 60, -170.
I mean,
and people do it.
Can't win. You just
People
can't.
do it.
Yeah,
You
of
get a
course.
minus 135 at one of the domestics. But that's the cheapest I think that you can get.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of our guys lets us minus
Oh,
120.
I may have to meet this. I may have to meet this guy. All right, time for Super Six presented by DraftKings. Which quarterback will have the most passing yards? May versus Houston, Stafford at Chicago, Purdy at San Francisco. Darnold is also playing San Francisco. I would go with Sam Darnold.
I'll go Drake May. I'll go just because I don't think they're going to be able to really run on Houston, and I think he will be having opportunities for a couple of big plays against that Houston secondary.
Who's Purdy throwing to? McCaffrey?
Is Pearsall? I mean,
Pearsall, I think, is back. I think.
Juszczyk had 4 receptions the other day. By the way, it's over 1.5 at like minus 130-ish for his receptions. I think they're gonna throw the ball again.
Very
Juszczyk.
live.
Yeah.
They don't have Kittle.
Yeah.
Of the 4, I'll say Darnold. I was going to say Caleb, but of the 4,
Night King.
I'll go Darnold.
If the Bears win this game,
I told you what the group thread said, right? By the
What?
way, not to cut you off. The group thread wanted Bajent at halftime.
I need to tell you that.
No.
I didn't tell you guys.
No.
It's 21-3 at half. And I'm in multiple Bears group threads. And the one guy goes, they got to put Bajent in. And I'm like,
Are these your friends at the game too?
no, these
Oh.
are just, this
Oh,
is
Just,
a
yeah.
gaggle of guys.
normal idiots.
They wanted Bajent over Caleb.
Bear, this is not NFL related, but how's the Miami group chat going the last couple of days?
Great.
It's on fire.
Great. They're well.
It's
They feel good about the game.
yeah.
But who the hell is going to be the quarterback in 2026?
It feels
That's
very
what-
interesting. The group we've texted you pictures of Miami fans, and you're like, yep, they're in the group thread. It's very interesting to see
Yes.
who is.
Yes,
in
there
this
is
group.
a wide array of people in the Miami group chat that I am in. Not just normal.
Oh, we know.
We got, but no, the game. They feel great about the game.
There's a calmness in some weird way.
Yeah.
There's a calmness there.
Because of being an underdog and kind of being
I was calm
disrespected
before
and-
last weekend too.
and-
So.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter, no. But now to talk about next year, forget it. Like who they got they got played by Jimmy Sexton. Who's going to be the quarterback? We can't have Emory Williams as the quarterback. We need to go get whomever in the next 24 to 48 hours. Like next year, they're going to go to Stanford and lose the opening game. 2027, we're going 6-6 if we got to play those guys at quarterback. 26 is a disaster, but Monday night they feel good about it.
Okay.
We'll see. What do you got?
What was that? My cousin-in-law's a Bills fan. Like a
That's who you
diehard
went to the
Bills
game
fan.
with last year, right?
Yeah, and he was watching the game like on a knee in front of the TV the other night.
Why is he kneeing?
I proposed to you.
He just and then like when they won, he like fell down on like one of our chairs. I thought he was praying, and he said he had to catch his breath because he was so excited they won. It's so much fun to watch every game with Dave because he's like just like a old school like just fan of like his team. He was on a knee. He was on a knee when the Bills were in the red zone, watching in front of the television. It's so good. So I am hoping the Bills win for his sake and get him to a Super Bowl in San Francisco.
And I'm hoping for Dave, and I'm hoping for Sammy, and I'm hoping for you. Been hopefully following along for the last couple of months as well with what we've been kind of preaching. So appreciate it again for everybody for tuning in. Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Sammy, for Geoff, I'm Bear. Bless you, bet. Will you listening to win? Bear Bets full episodes drop twice a week right here on the Bear Bets YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to stay ahead of the odds, and let's celebrate all of our wins together.